everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am making a card, and this time it is a thank you card. And because we're approaching the end of school year, I thought it would be really nice to hand make some of the cards that I'll be given to the kids to give to the teachers. So here is the first card that I'll be doing, and this one is going to be using the Prima Love Story collection, and these are a few of the items I'll be using. So I've got the 6x6 paper pad, I've also got the 8x8 out. It's just the designs on the 6x6 are shrunk down a bit more than the 8x8, and the card I'm making is quite small, so I'll show you that in a sec. I'm also going to be using the 3x4 Love Story journaling note cards. I'll only be using one of them, and then I've got 3 packs of flowers out here that I'll be using in my card. So this first pack, oh my goodness, is just so beautiful. I love the colours, I love the variation of the different flowers. So the first pack here is the item number if you are interested, and then there's this one with 48 beautiful smaller flowers, and this pack here is the item number for that. And then the satin crystals with the it's the coordinating satin crystals for the collection. I do have the complete collection, so I'm spoiled for choice on what flowers to use and whatnot, but I will be using these. So I'm going to put these two aside for a second, and I'll show you the card base that I've already prepped. So for my card base, I've decided to use a tag shape, and this is from the Mama Elephant tags. And all I've done is I've taken the large tag, which is fairly big, and I've cut my card base from this. So what I'm showing you here is the reverse of the card with the stitching, because the front is going to have another layer. And all I've done is just cut it on, and it's a top folding card, so I've just cut it where it's just offset on the top, so you're not going to cut the fold or the crease. So that's that. Then I've also got a few of my layers. So this is my first layer, which is going to go on the front, and as you can see it's a tiny bit longer, only because I need to cover where the fold is, and that's going to sit on the top. So I'm just going to get that stuck down, and my first layer is just going to go on with some wet glue, and I'm going to keep it quite flat because the rest of the card is going to be fairly dimensional. And this is going to sit on the top like so. Just get it all matched up. So that is my card base done, ready to go, ready to decorate. So my next layer, I'm using this beautiful pattern paper here, and I've already cut this little triangle out using the Tattered Lace Essential Pearl rectangle dies, and I've used one of the ones that fits inside my tag. And I was contemplating whether to use the floral or the feathers, but I really like the muted feathers on this, so I'm going to go ahead and use that for my next layer. And I'm just going to use a bit of foam tape just to raise that up a bit. And this is such a beautiful soft tones of pinks and whites, and there's a little hint of grey as well, so perfect for any occasion really. And because most of the teachers in primary school that my little one has, the female, it's just perfect. I think I'm going to struggle to make a couple of cards for the male teachers for high school for my older one, but as I make them I will be sharing. So this layer just goes on top here like that, and you can see the shadow behind the die cut. Then I have 2 circles that I've just used some nesting circle dies, and I've cut out 2 circles which are going to be centered in the middle. But what I want to do is just rough the edges up a bit because they look a bit too neat, and I'm just going to go ahead and go in and use my scissors just to shabby up the edges and just give it a bit more dimension. Okay, So the first layer is going to sit flat, and the second layer is going to be a bit more dimensional, because you don't want, even though you want dimension, you don't want crazy dimension that it doesn't fit in the box. And these are all going to go in A6 boxes, all my thank you cards. So I think I like that. The first layer with some wet glue is going to sit just offset here, because I've got plans to put my floral embellishments on this side. So that's going to go there, and then this little piece, I'm just trying to look at the script to see which way up it is. It is this way. That's going to go on a bit of dimensional, and that's going to sit on top of the big circle. And this foam pad is very, very tacky. I'm going to cut a bit more off. It's such a beautiful day today, and I'm absolutely loving crafting today. I've got the day off work, which is fabulous. So that is going to sit just here in the middle. So those are quite a few layers already, which looks fabulous. And I was actually gonna use, I'm just gonna see, I'm gonna use one of these script. It says it's from this little pack here, and it's got a love story in the middle, which I don't want to give to a teacher saying love story, so I will be chopping into this. And I just love that script detail on the top. So I'm going to tuck that just to create some more layers. I'm just going to snip into it a bit more, make it a bit thinner, and just going to add a few layers of this. Again, I'm going to do the same thing like I did to the circles, just to give a bit more dimension and just breaking up the circles a bit more. So I like that, and I'm going to use the other end of it on the other side. Do the same thing, and they don't have to be exact. It's all about how they look visually. It doesn't have to be, you know, exactly the same size. It doesn't have to be exactly the same kind of distressing. You just do it however you like. So I quite like that, just like so. And then I think I'm going to have this one just offset this way, like that. So I'm going to add a bit of glue to the back of these, and because my first layer is on wet glue, it's still a bit wet, so I can tuck it in. Make sure your script is the right way. So that's just going to sit here, and this layer, wet glue, it's going to offset it the other way, like that, just to give myself a few more layers. That's how that looks. And then straighten that up a bit. And then for my sentiment, I have a thank you die cut, which is here, and that's going to sit in the middle, and that's a, let me just find my die, that's a Crafter's Companion die, which I love using, so it's actually here. It's a really nice size die, so I'll be using that for my thank you. And then I've got another little strip which just says thank you, and then for being a wonderful teacher. So that's going to sit here. So to glue this down, before I do my my flowers and my embellishments, I'm going to just see where I want it. Now, because it's going to go in a box, I can actually just squeeze it in and give myself a little dimension like this, so you can see it's not flat, or you can go completely flat. So it's up to you how you use your sentiments, and if you want a shadow or not. So I quite like that, just with a bit of a shadow to the back. So I'm going to add a bit of glue. So I'm just going to use a bit of scrap card here and add some wet glue. And this is the best way of, well, for me anyway, I just find it so much easier to put glue down like this and then add it to your project. So you will have to hold it down because it is wet glue, and I'm just gonna give it a little squish like that, get it a bit straight, and I'm just going to hold it down for a couple of seconds until it sticks down, and that's going to create a bit of a dimension behind my thank you. So can you see that? I love how that is. Okay, and it's just got a bit of a dimension, so even when it's stood up it looks a bit domed, which is really pretty. And then my thank you is going to go, I think I want it on top of here, so I'm going to add a bit of foam pad to the back of my extra little message. So I'm just going to cut this little bit down to size, and get this stuck on. And then a bit more just on this side. This one's a bit long, so just trim it off. And this is gonna just finish my sentiment off. Just offset it a bit here. Thank you for being a wonderful teacher. And then onto the fun bit with the flowers. So I've got a couple of packs out here, which I am loving the look of. And I think out of all the colours, I really like this pink to go with that, and then I can use the cream ones from this pack. So I'm not going to think too much, and I'm going to start sticking these down. I have got a bit of cheesecloth just to soften up the look a bit, which I love doing. So I'm just cut it down to size. I'm going to cut it off a bit more, and I think I've got 2 layers here, so I'm just going to split that up, and going to get that just quite roughly. Don't have to be too neat. So the flower is going to stick most of this down, so I'm just going to put the glue behind the flower, and I'm using some hot glue for behind the flower. I'm going to put that down here. Okay, and then my smaller ones. Oh, these are so pretty. I love the different variations that this pack has. So I'm going to get a few out. So I've got 5 here, and these are all in the cream shade. In fact, I like this little diddy one here with the stamens. So get one of those, 2 of those. Let's see. So let's get them out, and I'm going to get them stuck down. So just see, use one of the bigger ones up here, and they're just to fill the space and just give me a nice cluster. So get one here. This one is so cute, and I love the fact that they have the pearls and stamens in the center of them. It's beautifully made. I love, love, love Prima flowers. And then have one up here. Oh, they're so cute. And I'm going to have just, I think, one more just tucked here. Just like that. Oh, that looks so cute. And one last thing I want to do to this card is add a bow. So for my bow, I've taken this large die set, and I know I'm not making a huge die, and I've taken, it's the Crafter's Companion Desire die, and it's really old, so I'm going to be using this little shape here, which is the eye, like the eye shape, and it's just a sharp oval, if you know what I mean. It's got sharp edges. So I've cut 2 pieces of this out of my scrap pieces, so I've got 2 pieces like this, and all I'm going to do is just take my pieces, give it a little curl with my hand to get it going on its way, and this is going to create my bow. And I'm going to do the same on this one. So I've got 2 pieces, and all I'm going to do is just stick the 2 little corners together and just add a bit of glue, match up the little corners like that to give you a little half a bow, and then do the same again on this side and stick that to there, give it a little squish. And I think I like it this way, with a bit of the pink and a bit of the white, and that's going to sit on the top here of my card. So let's get those stuck down. So again, I'm going to put a bit of glue to this little corner here, try to get it as central as I can, which is about there, and do the same again on this half. That's going to go there, and then my crystals. So I'm going to use, oh, I'm spoiled for choice, so beautiful these colours. So let's see, I really like the gold. I really like the gold actually. So let's put a large gold one in the center. Actually, I'm going to put, I think the large might be, well, actually it might be okay. So I'm going to put a beautiful gold one in the center of this bowl, and just to tie in all the gold. Let's see, oh, that looks so cute. And just to bring in this gold more into the card, I think I'm going to put a few, just scatter a few around the card. So put, let's see, I'm just going to use a bit of wet glue. Put one here, one here, let's put one, let's see, maybe here. So I'm going to use different sizes. Let's just use that biggish one here, and I've got a medium one that's going to go there, and one here. Even though they are sticky, I just like adding a bit of glue so that they never drop off. They're always going to be on there. Just put another smaller one here. Oh, that looks so cute. I really like that. So that is the top of the card, and I have actually got actually I think this one might be a bit too big. Let me just swap that one for a smaller one. That, and that looks better. That's so cute. So what I have is another piece of the design paper, and I've die cut it again, and that's going to go inside my card. So I could have it either way, but because it's for writing on, I think I'm going to have it with the simpler design on the front. So again, some glue, and that's going to sit on the inside of the card like this. Let's get it as central as you can, and that'll be perfect for adding a sentiment, or your message rather. And this is the front. Beautiful, beautiful thank you card, and it just says, for being a wonderful teacher. So I love the way that came out. Really easy to put together, and I don't have to do anything to the flower because it's already beautifully glittered, and the single layer flowers all have the beautiful pearls, so I'm not going to do anything to that. And these gorgeous crystals look fabulous as well. So that is my beautiful thank you card for a teacher. Hope you enjoyed this quick video. I think it was quick, but it was really lovely to put it together, and I hope you give card making a go, and I'll see you soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment to let me know what you think as well. Take care. Bye.